The sun blazed over Cocoa, Florida, on a sticky July afternoon in 2017. The kind of heat that made the pavement shimmer, that left the air heavy with the smell of brackish water. A group of teens had gathered near a retention pond, not unusual for a summer day when boredom and curiosity collide. They laughed, joked, and pulled out their phones, as so many teenagers do, ready to record anything remotely interesting. In the water was a man named Jamel Dunn. He was 31, a father of two, a brother, a son. Life hadn't been easy for him. Struggles with relationships, arguments at home, and frustration had weighed him down. Earlier that day, witnesses said he had wandered near the pond, stepped into the water, and waded further than most would dare. Some believed he was trying to cool off. Others whispered he may have been trying to escape his problems, even if only for a moment. But Jamel couldn't swim, and as he moved further out into the pond, panic began to set in. His arms flailed, his voice called out for help. His head bobbed in and out of the murky water. On the bank, the teens didn't rush to help. They didn't call 911. Instead, they held up their phones. The video shows them laughing, mocking him, even taunting his struggle. One shouted, "You shouldn't have gone in there." Another chuckled, "You're gonna drown." And all the while, Jamel's cries grew weaker. His thrashing slowed, until the water swallowed him whole. The laughter stopped then, but not with horror. Instead, the teens walked away, their phones full of the evidence, the weight of what had just happened seemingly absent from their minds. Hours later, Jamel's body was found at the bottom of the pond. When the video surfaced online, outrage was immediate. Viewers couldn't believe what they saw. A man drowning, dying, while teenagers laughed and did nothing. The nation was horrified, asking the same haunting question. How could they just stand there? In court, the case was unlike any other. Prosecutors explained that Florida law, at the time, did not require bystanders to help or even call for help when someone was in danger. The teens hadn't pushed Jamel into the water. They hadn't physically caused his death. Morally wrong? Absolutely. But criminally? That was murkier. The defense leaned heavily on that gap in the law. They argued that while their behavior was cruel and inhumane, it wasn't illegal. The teens were young, reckless, thoughtless. Not murderers, not criminals. The prosecution, however, pressed another angle. They said the teens' failure to act was not just inaction, but willful negligence. Their words, their laughter, their choice to record instead of dial 911 made them complicit in the man's death. The courtroom sat in stunned silence as the video was played, the teens' voices echoing over Jamel's final moments. Outside the courthouse, the debate exploded. Was this a case of heartless teenagers being cruel, or a failure of the legal system itself to protect the vulnerable? Should there be a duty to rescue, law that forces people to act when life is on the line? Or is it too dangerous to criminalize inaction? For Jamel's family, there was no legal technicality that could erase the pain. His sisters wept as they spoke to reporters, saying he didn't deserve to die like that, mocked and abandoned. For the teens, public outrage became its own punishment. Their names were plastered across headlines, their faces condemned across social media. In the end, no murder charges were filed. The teens were not convicted of killing Jamel Dunn, but lawmakers in Florida vowed to reconsider the law, to make sure such an action would not go unpunished in the future. And so the question lingers. Were those teens guilty or not? For more chilling true crime cases, subscribe to our channel. Guilty or not?